Guys, you get those people that say a lot of insane things and think they're doing something really meaningful and important, like that thing like random acts of kindness, right? Um, if if you're purposely running around to draw attention to yourself through philanthropy, trying to be kind with money and attention for money, it's not a random act of kindness. It's calculated acts of manipulation to maintain insanity instead of us give us humanity. And you don't have to have random acts of kindness. You just have to be good and do right, right? When they do that random, that's just a brain chemical addiction trying to hold on to something that they think is valuable and or successful, right? Like people that I remember when I used to work at the stores and stuff. They, do you know who I am? Right? It's like, you do know I'm the best basketball player in the history of the planet. It's Michael Jordan. I quit playing because Michael Jordan will try to hurt you to win a basketball game, and I won't. I'm like, okay, I'm going home because it's just exercise, sport, and they will. And Dad told me that when I was a kid. He said, Stockton does it. He grabs onto other people's jerseys. Larry Bird and your Julius Erving do it. They all grab it, Earl. You're gonna have to fight back, to win. It was what my dad was telling me. You're gonna have to, if you want to play professional basketball. Danny told me the same thing. And Danny told me, you sure you want to play for these coaches? They won't let you do anything you're good at. They'll tell you you can't and you shouldn't and whatever. It's like by the time you get to the NBA, they will. Well, because if you're the biggest show in town, Danny just gave in and became a drug dealer and a pimp. No, I wasn't going to become a drug dealer and a pimp. That's even more objectionable to me than being abused by narcissistic coaches for money, right? And I quit playing ball because I don't want to be a narcissistic coach that will do whatever it takes to keep winning, to keep getting the money, because that's insane, right? So I want to live the Lord's Prayer. Well, because it's right and we all need it, okay? But we all don't need money. We all don't need to be narcissistic, right? Yeah, this one guy they show a lot, this video with this guy with the long hair that had long hair like I used to have when I lived around he's probably around my age. A narcissist will do this. It's all about narcissism, right? It's like, okay, you're doing this for money to feel successful by making money, right? Okay, what's a narcissist? A narcissist is a person that the world revolves around everything they're doing. And what they're doing is really intelligent and smart and the best, and I'm the best, and you see what I'm saying? And so I don't think he understands what the word narcissist means and what a narcissist is really like. Because if you're able to live the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer, let's sustain it with the faith of Psalms and the wisdom of Proverbs, okay? Then you don't have to try to justify your existence to narcissists to pay your bills to live here. I was watching this well-intended little Korean kid here going around D.C., trying to paying the bills for it because he makes money as a content creator apparently or something. Maybe he makes enough money that he can take this $2,000 from advertising off of his videos, and you know what I'm saying. It's a random acts of kindness. It's not a random act of kindness. It's a calculated act of attention seeking for philanthropy. And you cannot be kind with money, but you can be kind with the spoken word, the Lord's Prayer, and then sustain it with the faith of Psalms and the wisdom of Proverbs. Okay. Understand, speaking the words in your head, okay, then speaking them out loud, and then doing physically what you think and say, right? And the word became flesh, right? So, but if you turn it into mythology and you write it down on a book and then you fight and kill over money, you take the word and you turn it into a comic book. And that's what Jesus tells me all the time. He goes, no, Earl, they did this in my time, in David's time, in Moses' time. Oh, you're not as good as the comic book character. You're not Black Adam. You're not Superman. You're not Batman. You're not Daredevil. Well, they suck. They won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer. They have no faith in God. and their attention-seeking missiles for violent sex cult behaviors through philanthropy, which is idolatry, right? So shut up already! Shut up, rabbit! Right? It's true. Pink Puma is one of my favorite cartoon characters. Anybody else particularly fond of Pink Puma? Yeah, I don't like coffee. It gives me a headache. Yeah, he's very funny. Yeah. Anybody else know a lot of people? I don't know, like Craig of the Creek, and Johnny Bravo tried to sound like he was a Korean kid too. I think he was Korean, or was he Vietnamese? The guy who invented Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo. He did the lip like Elvis and blonde hair, but talked like Elvis Presley. His name was Johnny Bravo. Remember Johnny Bravo? Okay. And that Samurai Jack, his best was crazy too, but it was Dexter's Laboratory. Dee Dee, get out of my laboratory! Right? It was hilarious. Katie likes that cartoon a lot. With a Racer D. And Dee Dee's hilarious, right? And then Mandark is his rival. Racer D. He's got a crush on Dexter's sister. Oh, and Dexter's sister's like Natalie, right? What are you doing? Looking in the mirror, coloring? Like Bubbles and what was that one? Bubbles and Blossom and Buttercup. That's right, the Powerpuff Girls, right? Random acts of kindness. No. Calculated attention seeking for philanthropy. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Oh no, we suck again. It's not suck again. When have we lived the Lord's Prayer worldwide? Like never, Earl. So there's always been constant sucking. And that's the comic book. Don't listen to the comic book. Okay, Harold and Melvin and the Blow Notes don't know what they talk about, because I'm a history major. Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more back thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. That's a comic book. There was so much hatred, war, and poverty. Since these two people loved, they tried to find a way to get away from violent sex cult tribalism by understanding relativity through faithful forms of communication, of non-destruction through violent sex cult activity. Thus, there was a man, there was a boy, his name was Adam, and there was a girl, her name was Eve. But she lived on the morning side of the mountain, and I live on the twilight side of the hill. They never met, they never kissed. They had me believing that with Jennifer Lopez. Yeah. Well, even Steve Jobs is in on it. You're the first circuit in the circuit board. What? No, I'm not. Okay. And so you're saying Jennifer Lopez is the circuit board, and I'm the circuit going in the circuit board. If that's the way you want to screw everybody with philanthropy and the head over money with your Apple iPhones, then so be it. But I don't believe you. No. I want to believe it. Why, have you seen her? She's really pretty. She's a good dancer. She has a good singing voice and bedroom voice. We could sing together. We could sit there and sing, I'll give you the sun, the moon, the sky, and the mountains. I will be the earth and all that you reach for, and even more. Well, actually, I think I'm singing her lines. I think I'm singing Kevon's instead of Melvin's. I am. You have to give me a break. I haven't heard that song in a long-ass time. NASA sucks, and I stand by that statement. Okay, but overall, I think I have it. I have Ready or Not by first and foremost by the Delphonics. Thank you. You're welcome. Then by After 7, but it's not rip-off of Ready or Not by the Delphonics by the Fugees, but I have all three. Ready or not, William Pooh Hart. Ready? You can't run away from this if I got, oh baby, baby, cause I got a lot. Anybody else like William Pooh Hart? I gave my heart and soul to you, girl. I think that's Major Harris. Didn't I do it, baby? Gave you a love you never knew, girl. That's Major Harris, I think. I'm not sure, don't quote me. And then William comes in. Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? Ah, I can't do it. I have to just envy like Bobby DeBarge. Damn, Wayne Cooper. What a voice! What a wonderful voice! Thank you for sharing that song. That's better than supporting local restaurants. Instead of guys, if you want to be a good chef, teach other people how to make it. Be like Michelle, the best chef in the world, Belinda Michelle Bowen. I don't like that. You'll like mine, and I'll show you how. That's the best chef in the world. That's mom. That's grandma. That's Granny Kramer's Last Supper bread. You'll like mine, and I'll show you how. Okay? I have a thing over there for Grandma Kramer's oatmeal cake. It's really good. I just can't read it. It's just like, damn, because of the way the copier did it, I can't read it. And it's an old whatever. I wish Linda would have... maybe she did. Maybe it's Linda's writing now. Rewrote it down, like typed it. Instead of writing it down by hand, go through and type it so people can read it. Yeah, and it was mailed before the ink had dried. It took a while to read your hand, and twice as long to understand that I couldn't read the recipe for the oatmeal cake. 59 years we spent together, you wrote back to me on paper. It hurts to know that I can't read your handwriting. Okay. I'm being silly because I'm good at it, right? At least you mentioned I was worth a few good memories and that you never loved like you love me. Right? Oh, wow, that's actually a photograph with just they enhance the colors to make it look like it's from a cartoon. See that? I think... Is it? Yeah, because that's a... Oh, no, it's not. It's just the way the angle. That's a Sandhill thing. I think that's the place where Jennifer Lopez did the opening scene to The Cell. Yeah. In the shadow. Hey, look, it's Peregrine Took. Okay. Yeah, okay, never mind. I get it. It's not the sky. That's not a sky. That's a dune hill sand thing. And then the shades coming in over the side, and those trees are dead. And the shadow, and it makes it look ominous. It's like a cartoon. Doesn't it, though? It does look like a cartoon, but that's what it really looks like. Yeah, but you wouldn't want to live there or go there. Unless, of course, you were making a movie. This is what hell's like. Yeah, I get it. Okay. All day I face the barren waste without the taste of water. Cool water. It's Venus and her river doesn't flow with love. That's bullshit. That's all comic book stuff. Howard Hewitt's full of bullshit, and so is Frankie Avalon. They're full of shit, man. They have pink hair. They flunk shampoo. Don't listen to them. Do you understand? I owe you one. You made my day with the way you give love. I owe you one. I owe you one. What was that song he wrote for Nia Peoples? I can't remember. I liked it. I was like, that lucky sucker. He's married to Nia Peoples. How do you know she's not a mean bitch who won't give you sex if you don't do everything she wants, or you embarrass her in public because she was mean to you yesterday in the bedroom? It happens with celebrities too. It does. I would say it probably happens even more frequently with celebrities than it does with everyday people, because we're too busy working 130 to 90 hours a week trying to sell Korean food or pizzas. Yeah. Or working 2 jobs to pay child support while your ex-wife discovers herself at the lesbian bars, because Giovanni Versace crew is just as fucked up as the Gordon B. Hinckley crew. Self-righteous. You know what self-righteous means, dear Charlton Heston? It means thinking and believing you're right when you're obviously fucking wrong, right? Okay. Vulgar intercoursers. We need more money for sex. No, we need to live a Lord's Prayer so we can understand the true faith of Psalms and the true wisdom of Proverbs. And you can't write it in a book for a business that makes money off of making children vulnerable to sexual abuse and assault by becoming prostitutes and or pimps. Everyone's, I'm a professional. Why does everybody keep telling me that? Right? I wish you had more time. Not me. No. Time, the gift of grace, the faithless still. Okay? When I was young and I wrote that stuff down, I learned it from Oprah, right? You're supposed to write things down. And I had a picture of Janet Jackson in Jet Magazine with the pink sweater. Lots of people know it. It's like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. Charlene Dupri is so damn hot. She's so cute, right? But really, Janet Jackson didn't have nothing on Shelley Kinnison or the girl with the hand for the volleyball team at Eastwood High School. I don't know. People know who she is. She had I would think it was her right hand, and it was from Birth Defects. It was she had a quote with the way we refer to it as a deformed birth. She had like my friend Nathan Hogue had in up in Colville. And she was really athletic, nice, took his cute hair, adorable girl, really athletic, excellent leaper, right? But she had one hand. It must have been harder for her to play basketball. So she was really good at volleyball, though. Well, one hand was because of toxins and stress in the environment, didn't develop fully in the womb, right? Is what happened. They call it a birth defect. It's not a birth defect. It's a selfishness defect caused by selfish human beings, like I explained to Stephen Hawking back in Cochise County when he ended up in my head and didn't know who the guy was, and in my head all those years ago. And he's, even to this day, maybe he didn't know. Maybe him and Chris Hitchens and Richard Dawkins and Sam Harris have no idea I exist. Neither Bill Nye nor maybe it's just really concentrated evil home invading perverts in the U.S. military. Maybe even the Department of Economic Doge doesn't even know who I is. Okay, maybe we're just in such a concentrated perversion of evil. In the valley of the Rio Grande, in a garden of roses, I said I'd wait for you. And we do have a garden of roses. You want to go see them? They look really good. Yeah. We did a good job this year. Yeah, here's what, Dad. I didn't burn all the. Last year we had more ashes from when I burned all the mildewy kind of old boards out there, and I burned all those and then picked them up and put them on all around the roses. This year, Dad, every time he had a fireplace, which is probably about the same. Before he's put it out in the orchard, this time he puts it in the flower pit. So he might have had almost as much, of how much we burn, and he burns in the fireplace. So yeah, we probably might have had the equivalent. So, and then I take the mulch off the front yard stuff and I move a lot of it into the flower beds every year. Because it gets blown out during harvest with the big high-powered gas blowers. Yeah, that's what happened. And so it's tear it down, start over again. That's Ted Mills. Okay. The Delphonics, William Pooh Hart. Okay. Don't get your high falsettos mixed up. I think you got your falsettos mixed up. I'm just kidding around. You must think that it's someone else. Okay. Well, last night on Life is a Three-Ring Circus, that's also Ted Mills. Right? Spinning round and round and round and round and round. I can't know. Oh, it sounds horrible. I'm skinning cats, man, like Don Griffin said. I think if you're going to sing somebody else's song and you don't have that same gift, that you should sing it your own way. You know, are you just too blind to see that the clown is really me? Life is a three-ring circus, all in the ups and downs of a carousel that I know so well, right? Only it's not as pretty as Ted Mills. Ted Mills' voice is gorgeous. It's freaking gorgeous. Step right up, hurry, hurry, before the show begins. My friends, stand in line, get your tickets. I hope you will attend. There's got to be no sadder show to see. Watching TV over people doing things over money and denying the Lord's Prayer like it doesn't exist and never did. No doubt about it, satisfaction's guaranteed. So let the sideshow begin. Hi, I'm Sideshow Earl, not Bob. That's a cartoon character from people that gave you the prophecy about the Trump presidency. Hurry, hurry, step right on in. Can't afford to pass it by. Guaranteed to make you cry. See the girl, no, it's the man who's been crying for 1,000,000 years. Or is it the girl? No, the girl's collected broken hearts for souvenirs. That's it. So many tears, so many tears. See the girl who's collected broken hearts for souvenirs. It's more exciting than a one-man band. The saddest little show in all the land. So let the sideshow begin. Hurry, hurry. All you need is a library card or a YouTube account. Step right on in. Can't afford. When I knew I was right and I wasn't wrong and I was doing what I needed to do was when I was telling this kid a story about a friend of mine named Mitch Bradley that went to Panama. But I was saying it was me instead of Mitch. And I could tell by his reactions that he knew I was not telling the truth. And I was trying to fit in with these home invading, murdering perverts because I didn't want them abusing my wife anymore and it causing problems for the kids. Noah getting abused by all the bullies at Fort Huachuca. There's a brain chemical effects affecting everybody at school. Emily getting abused by it and made fun of. Natalie getting sexually manipulated and predicated on. Amy being sexually, and it affecting all the thoughts and the activities of all the cute kiddos that I was trying to raise in this hell. And I got, of course, Jesus in my head. It's like, Earl, yeah, I know, I feel it. So I knew I couldn't I had to be completely honest and completely truthful about everything that happened in my life because they've been watching my whole life with government surveillance because my life story is in the book of Revelation, which I found out later. And so that's when I knew I had them. Well, because truth can't exist without lie, but lie can't exist without truth there. And I am the way, the truth, and the life. And my life is more valuable than your manipulation with money through technology. You rotten little dirty pornography pimp and pimp daddy Nash and wearing your skirt tights hose for the, you know what I'm saying there? What happened to your dreams and your ambitions? Don't be ambitious. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. I wake up alone. Yeah. It's sadder than Amy Winehouse. Well, because Amy Winehouse didn't get up to save all the children from being sexually predicated on by corporations that turn a woman into a pole dancer that feels she has to do it because Jesus is a cartoon character. Trust me. Melania, I'm 100% real. Jennifer, I'm 100% real. Rihanna, I'm more real than the man that got you pregnant and you're holding his baby and his baby won't live the Lord's Prayer unless I get up to do something about it, because he's ASAP Rocky. Hey, Rocky, watch me pull the rabbit out of my hat. Not that again. Oh, shit, it's a lion. Okay. Mr. Know-It-All. Right? You know, it was a woman who voiced that Rocket J. Squirrel, right? It's a little blondie. I'm just helping you out, ASAP Rocky. I'm just helping you out. You get all right. Nah, guys, if I didn't love him, okay, I'd let him try to be the next Denzel Washington. Ooh, that's a nice canyon with the basketball court there. It looks just like the scenery we sold you over from the cell. You're cutting the horse into pieces and looking at the pieces parts and then telling us how the pieces parts work. Okay, do you have to cut it up to know how it works? Yeah, to fix it, because you destroyed it. You know, like Robert Downey Jr. with those people that cause the birth defects, that build a robot arm, and then that's greater than having a arm that can touch and feel. You can have a robot arm, but you can't feel her skin. Okay, you could give you robot lips, but you couldn't taste her lips. What if she has asthma or she's a smoker? Okay, that's why you bring Tic Tacs. I'm just kidding. I'm joking, right? Asthma is a result of having to take medication because people are driving cars from the book of Daniel to wars to give us idolatry instead of faithful love of the Messiah. Hi, I happen to be a Messiah. All right, and I'm not an action figure. And Danny DeVito's never coached me on anything. No, not once. Me and Danny, this is like the first time we've ever gotten conversation, and he's like really nervous. Are you so nervous? Don't be nervous. It's okay, Danny. Yeah, you know why I like. Are you guys still married? I like Rhea Perlman. She makes me laugh. There was one of the top psychologists in all of the Boston area came in, and that's him right at the end of the bar when she told Kevin McHale to leave. That one was funny. And the one with her favorite theme song. It's one of mine too. I can't help it. Dun 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 dun. Bum, 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 dun, maybe it's if we could just go horseback riding without anybody having to worry about, being cattle rustled or stampede. The thing that a cowboy fears the most is stampede. Right? Stampede, cry, stampede. You got a bunch of like half-ton, whatever ton critters running scared at full blast, and you're on a horse that's like, shit, here they come, and they're all coming straight at me, and what do? Ride like the wind. Christopher Cross, ride like the wind, and have Michael McDonald sing background vocals, because you got to pay your bills. And I've got such a long way to go to make it to the border of Mexico. So I ride. I'm going Gunga Din. Okay, guys, you guys understand? Okay. You don't know Christopher Cross? My favorite is Never Be the Same. Say You Benign. That's Nicolette Lawson singing the background vocals. She also sings the accompaniment vocals on Hello Stranger with Emmylou Harris. I particularly like Nicolette Lawson a lot. Anybody else? She's really cute. She's such a cutie pie. She died from toxic stress and cancer in her breast. Yeah, I think Donna Fargo did too. Funny face and shine on me, sunshine, walk with me, world, it's a zippity-doo-dah day. I'm the happiest boy in the whole USA. Good morning, morning. Hello, sunshine. Wake up, sleepyhead. Why'd we move that Bojangle clock so far away from the bed? Just one more minute. That's why we moved it. One more hug or two. Do you love waking up next to me as much as I love waking up next to you? You make the coffee. I'll make the bed. I'll fix your lunch if you'll fix mine. Now tell me the truth. Do these old shoes look ugly? I'm not going to say funny because I'm a guy. Honey, it's almost 9. Well, then buy me a new pair. You make more money working on the pole than I do at the construction site. I think I'm Jason Statham on crack. Okay. Okay. I love y'all. I'll be here until further notice. Anonymously, LY. No, I'm fixing their technology. I done fixed it back when that day at the, Panama and Mitch, and I'm getting out of the service. Me too, Mitch. Me too. Fixed it that day. Y'all just ain't figured it out yet. Well, life's eternal, grace is infinite. My love is perfect.